You ever come home from a long day, just bone tired? All you want is a shower, maybe a cold beer, and then your gut tells you something's off before your brain even catches up? That was me that night. I just finished a 12-hour shift at the station, still smelled like smoke, and my front door was cracked open. Just a sliver. But that was enough. I live alone, and I know for damn sure I locked it that morning. My stomach dropped. I pulled out my little pocket knife. Yeah, not much, but better than bare hands, and pushed the door open. Hello. Nothing. Quiet, like the house was holding its breath. Everything looked normal until I hit the kitchen. That's where I saw it. One stupid yellow sticky note stuck to my fridge. Inspection complete. No violations. Brenda L., HOA president. Now, Brenda's the kind of woman who thinks the world spins on the axis of her clipboard. She once fined me because my hose was visible from the sidewalk. So you can imagine my face reading that note. Inspection complete. Lady, you broke into my house. I ran straight to the key rack by the door, and my spare was gone. That's when my pulse turned to pure fire. I stormed out and marched 3 houses down, where Brenda lived in her perfect little world of trimmed hedges and fake smiles. She opened the door like she'd been waiting for me. Evening, Alex, she said, all syrupy sweet. I trust your home was in order? You broke into my house, I said. Oh, I wouldn't call it that, she smiled, using air quotes. Routine compliance inspection. You left your gate open, so I walked around back, found your spare key just hanging there. Not very secure, by the way. Give me my key, I said. She dangled it in front of me, sunflower keychain and all. See? No harm done. I snatched it back. You have no right to step inside my property. She tilted her head, that condescending look I've only ever seen on people who think rules are weapons. Well, if you're going to be unpleasant about it, maybe we'll have to reevaluate your compliance status. I didn't say another word. I called the sheriff the moment I got home. The deputy showed up, set it straight. Breaking and entering. No matter what HOA fantasy she's hiding behind. I changed every lock that night. Cameras went up, too. Brenda wanted to play games? Fine. I'd play, but by real rules. Next morning, 6 a.m., I wake up to the sound of heels crunching on gravel outside my window. Sharp, deliberate. I throw on a shirt, open the door, and there she is, Brenda, walking off my porch like she just delivered cookies. You're up early, she says. What the hell are you doing on my property? Leaving a notice, she says, hands folded. Just a friendly reminder about community standards. I looked down. She'd taped a laminated paper on my door. Violation pending review. Apparently, my trash bins were visible from the street. I hadn't even been home to take them out. You're kidding, I said. Someone must have done it for you, she said with a shrug. But rules are rules. That was the moment I realized. This wasn't about cleanliness or community pride. It was about control. By noon, I'd emailed half the neighborhood. By night, I had 14 replies. People had stories. Brenda walking around their yards, peeking through windows, dismantling fences for safety checks. One lady even caught her on camera at midnight. So that Friday, we met up at my place. No formal HOA crap, just neighbors comparing notes. A guy brought a whole binder labeled Brenda incidents. Another woman, Clara, said she used to work on the maintenance committee. She's got copies of the master keys, Clara said. Told me herself. That's when I knew we had something serious. I typed everything up, reports, emails, photos, and sent it all to the county DA's office. 2 days later, a sheriff's cruiser pulled up outside Brenda's perfect little home. She answered the door in her floral robe and pearls. The deputies talked for a bit, then walked out carrying a small black lockbox. Brenda's arms were folded so tight I thought she might snap in half. The next day, Detective Ruiz called me. We found 15 keys in that box, she said. One labeled for your address. She's not authorized for any of them. That was the start of the storm. We held an emergency HOA election the next week. I ran. So did Clara. Brenda tried, too, flanked by her lawyer. But when the votes came in, she lost, hard. 68-12. You could feel the neighborhood breathe again. But just when we thought it was over, the Real bomb dropped. Police searched her storage unit. Boxes stacked to the ceiling, each labeled with residents' names. Inside, surveillance photos, license plates, even notes about what people wore when their mail arrived, what time their kids got home, and bank records, tens of thousands of dollars in improvement fees that never reached the HOA account. Turns out she'd been funneling the money into a shell company run under her late husband's name. And she didn't act alone. Her old treasurer, Vince, was arrested next, caught helping her file false zoning complaints against homes she didn't like. When the county prosecutor announced conspiracy charges, the whole room went silent. The woman who'd once handed out fines for flower pots had been running a criminal operation out of the HOA office. The day they arrested her was surreal. 9 a.m., bright and quiet. She came out in a gray suit. No pearls this time. No clipboard. Just that blank face people wear when they realize the story's over. The neighbors stood on their lawns watching. Not a word spoken. Just the sound of the cruiser door shutting. A month later, she stood in court while the judge read the charges. Unlawful entry, fraud, surveillance, conspiracy, abuse of authority. Her lawyer tried the she meant well defense. The judge wasn't having it. 18 months in county jail, 5 years probation, permanent ban from any HOA position in the state. When they let her out, she glanced back once, didn't look at me, just at the crowd of people she'd once ruled like a queen. For a second, I thought I saw something in her eyes. Not regret, not fear, just emptiness. Afterward, we rebuilt. Clara took over the community committee. Ray, the mechanic down the street, helped design a neighborhood watch, one based on consent, not control. We even rewrote the entire HOA charter from scratch. No secret inspections, no fines without proof, no one person holding all the keys, literally or figuratively. And for the first time in a long time, people talked again. Real conversations. Kids rode bikes past houses that used to hide behind closed blinds. The fear was gone. A few weeks later, I found myself standing on my porch at sunset, beer in hand, watching the sky turn gold over the rooftops. I locked the door behind me, heard that solid click, and felt something I hadn't in years. Peace. You know, I've thought a lot about Brenda since then. The worst thing she did wasn't breaking in or stealing money. It was convincing people they had to live scared, that they couldn't say no. But they could. We did. And if there's one thing I learned through all this, it's that power doesn't rot people. It just reveals who they've been all along. So tell me, what do you think? Was she just drunk on control, or did the system make her that way? Drop a comment, because I really want to hear your take. Was justice served, or do folks like Brenda always find another door to sneak through?